Welcome to part 2 of the course. You now have all the basics. You understand what's important, and even if you already have a blog or an Instagram account, you can now go back and think about those pillars, the value that you want to communicate, and your audience. But what platforms do you use to communicate your message? You certainly don't have to be on every single platform. The choice of your platform will depend from your strengths and also from your personas, where your audience hangs around. If you're targeting people over 40 years of age, you can be sure they will be on Facebook. If you're targeting teenagers, you can be sure they will be on TikTok. If you want to target B2B business people, you can be sure to use Twitter or LinkedIn. But Instagram or Facebook will be also important. In fact, you should know how to use Facebook and the Facebook Ads Manager for a variety of reasons. Not only if you want to have a profile. So we'll go through all of that. See, if you have another job or you're working or this is a side hustle for you, you're not going to get that much time. So you should pick 3 top platforms that you want to use. The platforms where you will be putting content consistently, where you're going to have a real strategy. Think of yourself as a TV channel or a newspaper delivering content on a certain topic. You have travel magazine, you have food magazines, you have fashion magazines. Think of yourself as a magazine or a TV show. People need to know what they can expect from you and when they can expect from you. And that is why the content strategy and the content calendar is so important. But before we go through all of that, let's decide your mediums, your platforms. Top 3. It could be a blog, it could be an Instagram account, and let's say Twitter account. You need to choose the right platform. Instagram, for now, is one of the hardest platforms to grow. So bear that in mind. You need high quality images, high quality content. And you also need to do a lot of collaborations with other influencers or people in your niche in order to grow your numbers on Instagram. Facebook is also very difficult to grow. If you don't have budget for paid ads, you're not going to have a success with a Facebook business page. But as I mentioned before, you should still use Facebook. Why is that? Well, if you want to create a business Instagram page, you need to hook up your page to a business Facebook page. Only then you can access the more sophisticated business analytics of Instagram. And when you set or boost your posts, whether or not it is on Facebook or Instagram, you do it through the Facebook Business Manager and Facebook Ads Manager. So getting familiar with Facebook Ads Manager is extremely important. This is one of the most powerful targeting tool that you can use on the market. You also have Facebook Pixel, which you can install in your blog, and you will know who visits your website, and then you can retarget these people via Instagram or via Facebook. So let's get one thing straight. If you're planning to be on Instagram or on Facebook or either of the two, you need to be familiar with Facebook Ads Manager. Now we're going to produce another course dedicated to Facebook Ads Manager and Facebook Pixel. But bear in mind and start your research already. You need to get familiar with that too. Now we're going to talk about LinkedIn. If Facebook was for personal stuff and Instagram was for pictures, LinkedIn is for pimping yourself out. And this is a great news for anybody who wants to build a personal brand, whether or not you're a professional, an employee, a CEO, a startup founder, an influencer, a travel blogger, whatever the case, you really need to be on LinkedIn. Second of all, it's actually quite easy to grow on LinkedIn organically, which means not spending a dime on ads. LinkedIn's algorithm is very good and allows you for organic reach and organic growth, just like Facebook used to do in 2012. Not anymore. And this is why you cannot miss on this amazing opportunity on actually leveraging the algorithm of LinkedIn. Let me give you an example of that. If I had 100 connections on LinkedIn and someone liked my post on LinkedIn, his connections will also see my content. That's why the algorithm allows for a very easy online reach, for free. Very easy to grow, brilliant to meet new connections, and not that many people are actually posting content on LinkedIn. The platform itself has introduced a lot of new features, such as the sound recording of your surname that people can listen to. They're also experimenting with stories, and that feature will be soon available on LinkedIn, as well as many other features. So you have to keep up with the changing times. But put one thing into your mind right now. No matter what you do, what you represent, you should be on LinkedIn. Don't think that LinkedIn is only for business people. If you're a mother promoting content about motherhood and parenting, there are plenty of professionals who are female who are also mothers, working at insurance companies, in sales, hotels, that are on LinkedIn, and they're going to enjoy your content. Marketing in today's world is not about B2B, B2C, it's H to H, which means human to human. So please do yourself a favor and be on LinkedIn. If you are into technology and innovation and you enjoy all the updates, you're gonna love Twitter. Twitter is actually where the VCs, venture capitalist investors, are hanging around. But it's good for any industry, really. What's brilliant about Twitter is that at any given point, you can do a very easy search of certain topics and join the conversation as it happens. No other social media network gives you this possibility, this opportunity. Twitter has actually one of the best search algorithms when it comes to terms, when it comes to news. What you should do on Twitter is to listen a lot and to engage with the conversation. Show that you have something to say. Twitter has actually introduced a lot of new features as well. They're experimenting with stories. And now they're experimenting with voice tweets. So you will be able to record a voice message and tweet that. How cool is that? Not only written message, but also a voice message. Twitter is not going anywhere. If you have something to say, if you enjoy creating content, especially written content, you will really, really love Twitter. But Twitter is a lot about listening and engaging in that conversation. If you don't like that, if you don't like that in real life, you're not gonna like that in an online world. So again, be yourself and be authentic. If this is your thing, you should be on Twitter. As simple as that. Have you heard of TikTok? I'm sure you have. It's actually one of the most downloadable apps in 2020. And although it has been recently banned in India over some security claims, TikTok is not going anywhere. You might think that TikTok is predominantly used by teenagers, but it's actually becoming older and older by minute. You have people in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, joining TikTok. TikTok is nothing more than a short video format app. You're able to add videos in a portrait landscape. Videos that are 15, 30, up to 60 seconds long. And TikTok has actually some of the best editing tools for videos of any apps out there. And TikTok is still evolving, so it's relatively easy to grow on TikTok. If you have a niche, if you have something interesting to say, you should be on TikTok. Now, I'll give you a couple of mistakes that people make when they join TikTok. There's a lot of teenagers on TikTok, there's a lot of dancing, there's a lot of music on TikTok. You should not try to replicate that. What you should do is you should bring your own unique story. One of the most popular accounts on TikTok is actually a girl who specializes in watering plants and growing plants. And this is what she does. She talks about plants on TikTok. There's no dancing, there's no jumping. There's short videos of her talking about plants. Another person that I know that has been very successful with TikTok is a psychologist, a doctor, who is actually giving advice in her TikTok, how to handle breakdowns and how to handle your relationships. This is her story and this is her message. If you want to be on TikTok, be, but do not fall into the pressure of dancing and making crazy moves. You don't need to do that. But what you need to do is you need to have your niche and that unique story, and then you just need to be consistent. If you are really into videos and you love video blogging, you should be on YouTube. Just bear in mind, it's relatively hard to grow on YouTube. But if you really want to grow on that channel, I will give you one very, very important advice. Even though YouTube is about yourself and your uniqueness and your channel and your story and all what we said before, trends on YouTube are also extremely important. YouTubers, famous video bloggers, they know that. And even though if you blog about parenting, if there is a particular trend happening on YouTube, such as, let's say, showing people your closet, showing what you have in your closet, you need to follow that trend. People will be talking about it. That content will be trending. So you're just trying to tag along on that trend with your own content and with your own spin on that trend. So if you want to be on YouTube and create followers and create collaborations, you truly need to stay on top of all YouTube trends and what videos are trending. Whether or not you're an employee, a professional, a startup founder, business owner, managing director, CEO, whatever it might be, you have to have your own website. This website can be used as your CV, but it can also be used to sell products, to have your own blog. But there is a common misconception that you're only allowed to have your own website when you make it big, when you're a speaker, when you're a business founder. Nothing can be further from the truth. You need to have your own website with your own name and surname. And to that website will be attached blog. Now, if you already have a brand, let's say you already have something cool that you want to sell, a travel page, something like this, maybe you can do without your own name.
Okay,
It's okay. If this is okay, I'll continue.
Yeah, no, it is. It's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Maybe you can do without your page. You will use the name of the brand as your address. But I am still a strong believer that you should at least purchase a domain with your own name on it. I have my own website, www.paulinekwasniak.com, and I have my own blog on it. But I also have my business page, www.femaleeventplanners.com. I have both. No matter if you're an employee business owner, managing director, you need to have your own website. Even if you don't enjoy blogging as much, try to have a few articles there about your own story, about what you do. If you love writing and you think you will be successful at writing blogs, you can actually monetize your blog. You can have ads and collaborations, or even do branded blog posts for the brands, where brands pay you to write about them or write in a collaboration with them. A lot of influencers do it. It's very, very important to have your own website. So no matter what other platform you decide to be on, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it may be, have your own website as your number one priority. If you worry about the cost or people designing it for you, don't be. You have platforms such as Wix.com, and in a few easy steps, you can create your own website on a very easy dashboard. The prices start from €15 a month, and you can also hook up that website to Google and have Google recognize your website. That means that when people are searching for terms or for you on Google, you will pop up on the search engine. Now, remember that the website should be mobile optimized, easy to access, easy to read, and it should load quite fast. But with platforms such as Wix, for example, that all is looked after. Now, if you have some website building skills, you can use WordPress, or you can have someone else to design the website for you. But bear in mind that if you're a self-starter, if you will be posting your own blog posts, you will be changing information on your own website, you need to have a very simple and enjoyable content management system. And this is what Wix or even Weebly.com gives you. WordPress also gives you that functionality, but to be honest, you need to have a bit higher digital skills in order to be successful on WordPress. There's a lot of plugins on WordPress. There's a lot of extra functionality. Wix.com or Weebly are easy, enjoyable. You can also buy a domain via them and hook up your website with Google. What can be easier than that? Have your own website. Go on, do it now.